Hi everyone, welcome back to the Film River Forum. And once again, my name is Bernard Ishibantin in Atlanta, Georgia. So like I start all the time in my presentation, if you haven't subscribed, this is the time to subscribe, share with your friend and family, inform them, let them know how informative, educative this particular forum is. And like I said, we talk about a lot of issues ranging from geopolitical issues around the world, political, military, economic, social, cultural, everything. And so I talk about relationship. I'm not an expert in relationship, but at least we all have some ideas, personal perspectives about, relationship and all kind of stuff. So, sometimes I talk about relationships. Sometimes I talk about political, economic, social, everything, in Africa, in America, where I am, in China, in Australia, anywhere around the world, this is what the forum is about. So it's not really restricted to one particular topic. We talk about a lot of issues of importance and trending issues. So today's discussion is maybe in the form of a question, because like maybe many of my viewers or listeners, you probably have been wondering or confronted or confused about this particular topic or phrase or word before. And so I decided to talk about, the concept of people of color, or the N-word, nigger. You know how some black people, even many black people call themselves that name, N-word, or people of color. I'm a woman of color. I'm a citizen of color. I'm a man of color. I'm so and so. So what I'm trying to establish here is, I want to speak in terms of language. I'm trying to understand this in terms of how, in a strange abuse of language, sometimes societies have a way of abusing languages to make it, to use language to suit a certain purpose. See, because language, like everybody know, and I have stressed before in one of my presentations, that what separate me and you as human beings, what separate we as human beings from animals like dog, cows, cattle, chicken, hens, wherever, pigs, and that kind of stuff, from human beings, is our ability as human beings, our ability to communicate in language, to use language to communicate, to express our feelings, to express, our thoughts. And so that is what separates us from animals. Other than that, all of us, dogs, cows, all those things are considered as an animal. We all belong in the animal kingdom. But what separates us is language. But some of our human beings have a way of abusing language, using language to twist and turn language to achieve a certain purpose. And one of them is people of color, because I've studied, went to all colleges. I studied, did research and all kind of stuff. But sometimes I wonder why sometimes human beings, we use language to either bring other people, demean a group of people or a person, or, just to use it to make some people feel somehow important, more important than others. And that's what it is. Language has been used in so many, and it will never stop. That is what, like I said, that is what express our humanity, and it's also express our culture. So people of color, I don't know, what does people of color means? Because if we say some group of people like me with my complexion, I'm a people of color, especially in the United States, South African, other places, they use that kind of term, that concept a lot, people of color. And sometimes I wonder, why is persons or people with my complexion considered or regarded as people of color? And even we as wherever it is, black people or wherever, we also, a lot of people refer to themselves as people of color and all kind of stuff. So I want to know why, what is that? Why? Because you know what? If people of color suggest that somehow somebody has a certain color, then that means every human being in this world, whether Chinese, whether from Japanese or wherever, Vietnam, they also have a color, right? Okay, and then white is also a color. So my point is, why is, say, all white people are not called people of color? Because white is also a color. But what my concern is, why do black people consider themselves as colored people? Why? So if we consider ourselves as colored, then how come that the white people also don't consider themselves as colored? Because you know what? White is also a color. Why? So that's what I'm trying to understand. Why? It's because sometimes black people complain a lot about somehow white people are looking down on them or whatever. But sometimes we, as a black people, allow that to happen. Because no one knows you better than you as a human being yourself. So if you sit there for somebody to define you, to tell you who you are, and you accept that. For example, the N-word, the nigger. If you hear a lot of the song, rap songs or wherever, either in America, in Ghana, in Nigeria, wherever, women, men, they use that N-word every day. And then when a white person call you and me the N-word, then that's a big deal. If it's an offensive term, which I know if you trace back the history behind those words, like the N-word, people of color or colored people, like they use in South Africa to denote people who are non-white, then why are people like me accept that, characterization? Why do we accept that term? If that term is offensive, you don't want anybody, especially you don't want a white person to call you the N-word, then why are we, as black people, wherever that means, why are we calling ourselves, glorifying that words in the songs, in rap songs, and all kind of stuff? And people, you hear kids, women, men, old, young, they use the N-word every day. I mean, within the black community, they use the one N-word every day. Colored people, I'm a woman of color, I'm a person of color, that kind of stuff. What does it mean? Because we have all kind of colors. So why is black people especially consider or regard themselves as colored when we have so many colored? How come the white people don't call themselves colored? Because white is a color. So why? But I don't blame them, but I blame black community. Why are we calling ourselves colored? We accept that, characterization. We accept that term, that classification. That somehow is cool. Because if you look at one of the prominent or leading civil rights group called NAACP, which is a National Association for Advancement of Colored People. You see the word colored. They accept that. And that organization was formed about 80 or 90 years ago. And they still call themselves colored. So what is wrong if a white person call you colored? Because you accept that term. You think, you are colored. But my thing is, the problem I have is confusion. I'm kind of confused when people talk about color. That somehow people with my complexion, all those people who are non-white are colored. Then why do we accept that? Because we have so many. I think you understand the point, the import of my discussion, because I'm trying to understand. Maybe somebody can tell me better. Why do black people call themselves colored people? Or because you hear a lot of people, even well-educated people, I'm a woman of color. I'm proud to be a woman of color. And I wonder, what does that colored mean? Why can't we say, I'm a proud human being? I'm a proud person. I'm a proud this and that. I'm a proud professor. I'm a proud doctor. I'm a proud this and that. I'm a proud human being. Why do we say proud women of color or proud, men of color or this and that? Why do we accept that? Because white people don't call themselves people of color, but white is a color. But black, my point is, why do black people accept that terms? They use colored people. I'm a woman of color, I'm a man of color, and then they use the N-word. Everywhere you go today, there's a lot of people that don't even understand it. The word nigger, they don't even understand the historical, connotation or implication of that N word, but they use it in the song. Everybody use it. Almost everybody. They sing, they glorify the son in rap song. If you, in America here, almost every rap song you hear the word the N word. In Ghana today, who are copying, American rap style and whatever, they use the word N word every day. You hear it all the time. And I be sitting down here listening and watching them. I never use that term. Because I don't even know the meaning of it, and I don't even want to recognize that because it doesn't make any sense. Because if you trace the history behind the N word and the people of color, it has some kind of, some demeaning connotation, demeaning, origin. And so why would black community or people with my complexion, why do they accept that? Why do they use that term? Because the only way people can accept the identity in a very rightful way is you as the person you try to define yourself. You tell your story. You lay down your narrative. This is who we are. This is what I am. This is what we represent. This is my heritage. This is my cultural heritage. This is my proud cultural heritage and that kind of stuff. But if you deny that and you accept certain classification of of your identity, who you are, and then you accept that and you use it in your vocabulary, your literature, your writing and everything, your speech and everything, and when you are angry, mad or wherever, you use that term, get away, go away, you so and so, you and so. Then if a white person use the N word, then it's a big deal. I don't blame them because you know what? Within black community, they use it every day. So me, if I hear a white person referring to me or somebody like Macau as using the N word, what is the big deal? Because we glorify it in our community every day. So if it's not the right thing to do, a right word to use, and you are using it every day, and somebody else using it and you get upset, I think you're being, hypocrite. And you are so confused, and you don't even understand your own identity and who you are. So that is what I have for you today. So that's the thing I just threw out there. I want everybody, those people who are listening or watching today, that I want people to understand or trying to tell me why people like my color, people from, have African ancestry, why do we still refer to ourselves as people of color and using the word N-word, which is has a very demeaning history, tracing back all the way through slavery time, and still black people use it every day. Why? That's all I want to know. I'll talk to you another time. Have a great day.